Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to join by Dr. Nina Horowitz, CEO from ImmuneBridge, today to join us to chat a little bit about how ImmuneBridge is doing and more learn about her personal journey with the company as well. To start, can you share a bit about the company mission and your role in driving its cell therapy initiative?
Absolutely. So, ImmuneBridge really wants to redefine allogeneic cell manufacturing, and we do this in two ways. The first is that we know that donor variability is extremely important, and so we do a lot of donor screening to be sure that we're finding the most optimal sources for therapeutic manufacturing. But if you spend a bunch of time finding something, you might as well make a lot of it, and that's the second part of our mission, is to really manufacture top quality therapies at large scale. And not only large scale, but also ideally low cost and in a way that maintains their efficacy and also ensures their safety. So we really want to be this new gold standard for cell therapy manufacturing.
Awesome. We definitely want to learn more. So series of questions target that. Second question, how do you first connect with ACROBiosystems and what inspired your team to work with us in these collaborations?
Yeah, so in advance of this call, I looked back in my email to see what the earliest email I had was ACRO was. And it was all the way back in 2023, which is crazy, but it's actually been years that we've been working together at this point. And I have to say that it all started with the llamas. That was like the best promotional handout you guys ever could have been doing. My whole team became obsessed with them. We still have these stuffed llamas all over the office. So I think that's actually what started this way back in the day.
Awesome. So simple marketing still works in the 2025.
Yeah.
All right. Next questions. In developing cell therapies, what key challenges were you aim to solve when you decide to work with ACROBiosystems?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, our two areas of focus are the donor variability and the scalable manufacturing. The donor variability, we pretty much have figured out through our own internal multiplexed assay system. So we can run miniaturized assays for things like cytotoxicity, cytokine production, degranulation, and all of that part was working great. But the scalable manufacturing is really a challenge. And the way our manufacturing works is that we have a proprietary small molecule called IBR403 that lets us expand hematopoietic stem cells, HSCs, which are the true immune stem cells for all of the different lymphoid and myeloid lineages, and we can expand them while maintaining their multipotency. What that means in turn is we then want to differentiate these expanded HSCs into natural killer cells, macrophages, T cells, neutrophils, whatever either us or our partners are interested in developing for a therapy. And so to really differentiate at scale, you shouldn't be using 2D surfaces or any kind of non-scalable systems. You want to be able to do everything in bioreactors. And that's really what brought us to ACRO, is to be able to do this immune cell differentiation in anywhere from a 10 milliliter to a 10 liter bioreactor. We needed that true scalability.
Awesome. Yeah, really interesting to learn more about the HSC expansion to differentiate to different immune cell. All right. Next question. How would you describe your experience with the quality, consistency, and reliability of our reagents, or even using the GMP grade material so far?
Honestly, great on all fronts. Our favorite are the beads, and we use the beads time and time and time again, lot after lot, and they are totally consistent. We have no concerns about bringing them into our GMP process. They're a great reagent for us. Honestly, wonderful.
Awesome. So with these collaborations, often extend beyond just products. So you already mentioned the llama. How has ACROBiosystems scientifically or technical support actually contribute to your success?
Absolutely. So I mostly developed natural killer cell therapies in my PhD. That's definitely my core area of expertise. But of course, because we can make any kind of immune cell in theory, we wanted to show in practice that we could actually differentiate to T cells as well as a bunch of other immune cell types. I've never done T cell differentiation before. I knew that the protocols were theoretically similar, but probably had a lot of differences. And I was able to reach out to the ACRO team and say, hey, as you guys have been developing this reagent, have you gleaned any protocol insights or anywhere that you can give us a little bit of direction as we try these out? And they helped us out. They gave us some guidelines to test in a protocol, and the protocol ended up working great. And that's something that probably would have taken us weeks, if not months, of trial and error to get right, but because they had already been working on it, they were able to help us out, and that was like a really nice gesture of collaboration. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. I was involved some of the early decision making for make that available to the public, especially customers. So I'm come to full circle that people actually reach out and actually use some of the guidance. That would be really great. Awesome. So from your perspective next, how have ACROBiosystems solution helped accelerate or de-risk your therapeutic development process? As you mentioned, a few things like beads to differentiate to NK cell.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our biggest risks is tech transfer to a CDMO and making sure that we have a process that can actually work there rather than a process that works, in a well plate or flask, but is going to have to be entirely reinvented for commercial manufacturing. And so because we can use these beads and our process is truly scalable, once we optimize it in a 250 milliliter bioreactor or maybe a 2-liter bioreactor, a CDMO should be able to run that exact same process. There's no risk of having to reinvent or switch reagents or anything like that. And so knowing that that tech transfer can happen faster and at a lower risk profile is huge for our therapeutic timelines. Absolutely.
Definitely. I see too many things. Tech transfer from different scale of CDMO definitely is a topic that I've been encountered.
Terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. Compared to other suppliers or partner that you worked with before, what make ACROBiosystems stand out to you?
It's really that personal relationship. It's the help with the protocol if we need it. It's coming by with the free samples. It's, always being available by email. Hey, we need a huge batch of this. Do you have this on stock? Like, all of that really makes it feel like more than just a typical vendor. At one point, we tried a protocol. It didn't work. We were trying to tweak something about one of our processes, and we used this bead sample, and we were like, oh, we have none of these left, but we're not sure if we want to buy like a huge size of it yet. And I reached out, and you guys were like, you can have one more free sample if you really need it. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And now, of course, we probably buy these beads by the gram almost at this point, but it's really that relationship that I think makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, that's really speak volume to us. We'll definitely try to be the partner more than just any vendor that you can find on that line, right? So yeah, I really appreciate that. Can you share any recent milestones at ImmuneBridge or any achievement your company reached when ACROBiosystems play a supporting role to achieve that?
Absolutely. There's actually been two. The first was that we had a few different collaborations around different bioreactors, as I mentioned, all the way down to the 10 milliliter size and now all the way up to the 2-liter size. And because of the beads that we use from ACRO, we were able to prove for the first time, I'm pretty sure, that HSCs could be expanded and then differentiated into NK cells in bioreactors in a single system. And this was like a big breakthrough, both for us and the reactor company that we were working with. And the other major milestone is that we've been able to generate huge numbers of natural killer cells for our in vivo studies. So making enough cells for these in vivo studies, if we were relying on a 2D coded surface, just stacks and stacks of plates, would be absolutely ridiculous. But because we have the beads and we can do this all in 3D, we're able to generate the cells we need to get the in vivo data that we need to convince investors and clinicians that what we're making is a really high quality cell product and something that's going to change the lives of patients.
Awesome. We would really like to hear any success that you have with your company. So finally, will you recommend ACROBiosystems to other leaders in the cell therapy field? What will you tell them about your experience?
Absolutely, I would. I would say this is a vendor who cares about their customers, who is making a high quality product at a reasonable price point, and obviously the fact that they're GMP and there's no risk there is also huge.
Awesome. That's why we have the GMP facility in the first place, really able to really walk the walk from RUO grade to GMP. I have a few more questions, if you don't mind. How do you see partnership like this with ACROBiosystems shaping the future of the cell therapy development and manufacturing?
Yeah, so my guiding, I don't know, North Star, whatever you would call it, is that I want these therapies to be safe, affordable, and effective for everybody who needs them. They have to be accessible for patients. And the way we're going to get there is by using high quality, low cost, consistent GMP reagents that enable truly scalable processes, which can actually bring the cost down and ensure quality every time. I mean, we want to make the cell equivalent of your reagent, large scale, low cost, easy to use, high quality. And so being able to use reagents that, check those boxes in turn enables us to make cells that check those boxes.
Definitely. So with that thinking line, we want to know from your leadership perspective, how do you value most when you're choosing a partner to support your company innovation in cell therapy?
Expertise is definitely important. I think reliability is important. That human connection is really important, and just alignment on the vision. It's good to hear that people really understand the power of cell therapy and want to bring it to the patients who so desperately need these therapies. And so any partner who really knows their stuff and who's as bought into the mission as we are, that's a partner that we want to have.
Definitely. So I have one more questions. Have there been any moments during this collaboration with Acro that particularly stood up where either a technical breakthrough, smooth coordinations, or exceptional support, as you mentioned a few examples already?
So after Max brought the first batch of llamas to the office, there were fewer llamas than employees. But the problem was that everybody wanted a llama. And so some people had them on their desks and some people didn't. And we barely had enough to go around. And then someone brought one home for their kid. And then all of a sudden their other kid wanted one also. And then if they took another one from the office, then there weren't going to be enough llamas in the office. And so I emailed Max frantically being like, Max, we love these llamas too much. Is there any chance you can bring us a few more? And he showed up with an Acro bag with half a dozen more llamas in there. And we still have them around the office to this day. And it was such a nice gesture for him to do that. He brought a bunch of different colors. It was really sweet. So I definitely appreciated that. And I know that both the children of our employees and our employees who are still children on the inside both appreciated it.
Yeah, like I say, no harm to always bring some llama drop up. So
yeah,
we're happy to see that the children is very important for any employee, employer included as well. So with that, thank you, Nina. That's all the question I have. Any last remark you'd like to make about ImmuneBridge and your role as a new CEO?
Yeah, so at ImmuneBridge now, one of our big focuses is developing new partnerships in the space. So obviously we're partnered with Acro on the reagent side, but we also want to partner with other cell therapy developers. So people out there who have a new CAR construct that they want to put on a natural killer cell, or if you're out there and you're struggling with getting the right yield for your macrophage products, I would love to collaborate, to have a journey just like we did with Acro, where we can support each other's on protocols and scalable manufacturing and really bringing new therapies into clinic. So if anyone else is out there in the allo cell therapy space that wants to manufacture at better scale, reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, Nina. That's all the question we have today. You can find this video online, either on YouTube or on LinkedIn. So thank you so much.